guys execute.
Yeah, we came into the game knowing that, and their approach is, to do damage. And, they also got guys that can get on base and kind of be table setters that take good at-bats. So, the approach tonight was just mix pitches, basically, and make sure that in certain counts that, they're not sitting on a pitch, or that, we're falling into patterns. So basically just mix pretty good, use curveball and changeup, any secondary stuff that the guys had, and they all located, really, really well, and we're able to throw them off for strikes. So that was probably the biggest key.
Loseke obviously had great numbers tonight, but have you ever seen him that good or better than that?
Yeah, I think I told him after the game, I said that's probably the best I've ever seen him pitch, and I think what separated this one from other outings probably was his ability to make adjustments really, really quickly on the fly. And if you saw him miss with an off speed or miss with a fastball, next pitch, you saw him make adjustments really quickly. So, it was a great outing by him, and it's good to see because I think he figured some stuff out tonight.
Evan, what was it like being a part of the staff that did this to Texas Tech?
Really good. You enjoy these nights, that's for sure. They're gonna be ready to go tomorrow, so we got to repeat. We just got to cherish this for the night, and then once midnight hits, hey, it's on to the next game. So we just got to keep the energy that we had for this game. We were upset about our weekend, but hey, we got to carry that over into the next few games for us.
What was really working for you against this potent offense?
I really had a good fastball command to both sides, and that allowed me to get my off-speed rolling really good. I felt that fastball command was probably the best I've had it all year, and it was a really big bounce-back game for me. Coach Johnson really got after me last Tuesday, didn't have my best stuff, so I kind of just was motivated, hey, I got to get my stuff together and help this baseball team win baseball games, and that's what I tried to do tonight. I was successful.
For both of you guys, how big was this win to kind of get this past weekend out of your guys' mouth, the loss out there to Mississippi State?
Yeah, it's always good. I think we kind of did a good job of flushing the weekend as soon as the weekend was over, and making the adjustments that we needed to, and coming into today fresh, and knowing that and having that confidence that if we play good baseball, our best baseball, and come out with good energy, we got a chance to win. No matter who we're playing, no matter what the situation is, no matter who's pitching, So that was just our mindset, and it was good today to get a win.
Grant Loseke, he pitched really well against Charlotte and Memphis, and then he went through a stretch where he struggled some with his command. What did you see different tonight than maybe you've seen the last 4 or 5 outings from him?
Yeah, I think it's like what I said earlier. I think sometimes when his command would get just a little bit erratic, or if he wasn't commanded certain pitches for strikes, the adjustment time was a little bit less, and sometimes that made him get out of the game a little earlier than he wanted to. And tonight I could see really easily his adjustments from pitch to pitch, and especially we always talk in the dugout and stuff, and he didn't find his changeup really for an inning. The next inning he came back, and it was a big pitch for him that whole inning. And so I think those adjustments that he was making were probably the reason why.
Offensively, any concern with 13 runners stranded tonight?
No. That's another thing. We got to keep working. We got to keep working on that, and just having a different approach and a different mindset in those situations with runners on, just to make sure no matter what happens, we got to score a run, a run, and make sure we're not stranding anybody, or if we do, limit that. So yeah, it's just stuff to learn from again, and stuff we'll definitely do that, and hopefully do better tomorrow.
Grant, from your perspective, the bunt that Jared fielded, how impressive was that for you, especially considering the fact that in a game you hadn't played third in a while?
Yeah, that's extremely impressive. I think you saw probably the reaction in the dugout of everybody. That was a big play. He's athletic, and he can make those type of plays, but especially him not being at third base in a little while it's good to see him. Just there's no hesitation, nothing. He said, "I'm gonna get this ball, I'm gonna barehand it." There's no hesitation on his part, and so that was really good to see. He's a guy that can play. Wherever he's asked to play, he's gonna do a great job for us.
Barrett, just kind of what Grant talked about, the adjustments you made during the game. Just kind of what were they that you felt you kind of did on the fly?
Yeah. I think, whenever I came into the game, I felt like I had a lot of confidence because of Jackson and Evan and the way they had been pitching at the start of the game. We knew that they were a really good hitting team, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. And then I saw Jackson and Evan go out there, and they both really pitched well, and they both showed how to mix off speed and beat them with a fastball. And so coming in, I felt like I had a lot of confidence, and from the start of it, from the first batter I faced, I pretty much had the same approach.
For both of you guys, with an offense like this, is there any kind of nerves going in, knowing what they are capable of doing?
Personally, I was a little nervous, but I wouldn't say nervous as in scared, nervous as in anxious and excited and ready to pitch against them. But like I said, like Jackson came out there and Evan came out there and absolutely dominated them. And so by the time I came in, I felt like they'd already established that we were going to pitch, we were going to throw off speed, and they already had the hitters timing off. So it just made it even easier for me. They were the ones that really had the tough challenge of starting the game off.
These two teams combined coming into this game were averaging about 16, 17 runs a game. How do you explain having a 5-1 game on a Tuesday night? Kind of unique.
Yeah, it is a little unique, and I think both offenses expect to score a lot of runs no matter what the night, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, and sometimes it happens like that. You have guys that pitch really well, or like tonight, our offense didn't drive in as many runs in the certain situations that we wanted to, but you have guys that pitch really well no matter, it doesn't really matter what day it is, especially for these two teams, really good teams, really good pitching staff, hitting, and so you never know what you're going to expect. You just come and, you got to have the right approach, the right mindset, and bring a good amount of energy.
Barrett, can you talk about your mix, the pitches you were throwing tonight, what was working the best and stuff?
Yeah, I was throwing curveball, changeup, and a fastball. I felt like they were all working. Grant called a good game and threw different pitches in different counts and kept them off balance. I credit it to Grant. Sometimes I would rather go out there and just not have to worry about catcher calling pitches, and it's easy, when I just have to worry about executing the pitch that he calls.
Barrett, what can you take from this game moving forward to continue this?
Yeah, personally and as a team, I think that tomorrow it'd be great to get off to another good start. I was telling Phil that it was like the Texas series when we had Kentucky on the weekend. We played Texas 2 really good games, and then went into the Kentucky series with a lot of confidence. So I think as a team, just feeding off of each other and playing another good game tomorrow because they're going to come out ready.
What about for you personally? What can you take from this performance?
Yeah, I think personally it was a step ahead than what I had been doing. I'd been primarily throwing fastballs. So today, it's not that I didn't have confidence in my off-speed pitches. It was just, just getting out there and throwing them. Yeah.
Grant, when you're not wearing the headset in a game like this, are you calling more of the game, less of the game? Is it about the same as you're doing on the weekends?
It kind of just depends, based on the scouting report Coach Johnson has and what he's seeing out there on the mound. And, the difference with the armband, it's definitely slower. It's slower to get pitches in and me to look, and then I have to give all my signs and stuff. And so when Coach Johnson usually he'll start it off, or when he wants a certain hitter, he sees something, he might call one pitch out of a whole inning, or he might call a batter. But at the end of the game, we were working really well together, so he just let me go. And a lot of times that's how it works. He'll kind of give a foundation or not. It might just be me all game. But tonight he basically showed me his plan a little bit by the pitches he was calling, and then once we got on the same page, and Evan and I also, and he just kind of let me roll with it. And it's really nice to have pitchers that know what they want to do, because they would not shake me for 2 innings or an inning or an entire inning, and then the next inning they'd shake me one pitch, and that knows that they're following along with me. So makes it a little easier for me.
Anyone else? Thanks, guys.